Hello, welcome to Indian Techies. Today we are going to discuss about array. First of all, before discussing about array concept, we have to know why we are going for array concept. Now, let us see why we are going for array concept. What are the problems or limitations or disadvantages or flaws that are available in our previous concepts, that is till loops. For example, suppose if I want to declare one integer variable, I will declare like int a. That's it. Suppose I want to declare three integer variables and or I want to use three variables, I will declare like a comma b comma c like this. Suppose I have to use 10 integer variables, then I will declare c, d, e and so on. Okay. Now for this 10 integer variables, if you want to declare or if you want to take input, you need 10 scanfs. Writing 10 different scanfs or writing one scanf and writing n number of percentile days. Different methods are there to take the input. Okay, for 10 digits or 10 integer variables, this might be fine. Your size of the program increases. Suppose later I have a requirement to take input of 100 values, that may be integers or characters or float, anything. I want to take input of 100 values. Then I have to write 100 different variables. Right? The declaration of 100 different variables has to be done. Then the size of the program increases a lot. Next, you have to take input for these 100 variables through scanf. You have to perform all the calculations with the different names. Typing these many names will be increasing the complexity of the program. At the same time, it will be increasing the burden and time taking for the user who is writing the program. Next, if you want to print all those values, these all 100 values again on the screen, then you have to write 100 printfs, or in one printf you have to write 100 percentile D's or C's or F, whatever it may be, as per the data type. So just for performing a basic calculation on 100 values, the programming lines of this normal program, of a normal concept, it will increase a lot. That is, the number of lines of program will be increasing. For 100 variables, almost your program becomes 100 lines. So this is little bit difficult and time taking and cumbersome for the user. At the same time, program execution time also increases. For that purpose, to avoid such problems, that is, all are of different names, but these all becomes same data type only now. That is, whether you are collecting all the integers or whether you are collecting all the characters or float, the names of the variables are different, but these all belongs to same data type. These 100 variables of integer only na, not the different data types. These all belongs to the same data type. Now, whenever we want to collect similar data types as one group, then why to declare these many variables? Right? Why to declare these many variables? And the size of the program increases a lot. For that purpose, you are going for a concept called as an array. Okay? So, a array can be defined as collection of similar data elements, or you can also call it as a array is a collection of homogeneous data elements, similar or homogeneous, which represent the same. It may be a collection of integers, or it may be a collection of characters, or collection of float data type, or collection of double data type. When all the variables that you require for your calculation are of same data type, then you go for the concept called as array. So, hope you understood what do you mean by an array. In this array, we are having different types. Coming to the first one, you are having one dimensional array. Second one is two dimensional array. And third one is multi-dimensional array. Generally, these two can be called as multi-dimensional array because more than one is considered as a multi-dimensional array. But Since we specifically majorly use this two-dimensional array continuously for different purposes, we have been separated two-dimensional array as a separate one. So generally only we have two types of arrays, that is one-dimensional and multi-dimensional. So two-dimensional we specifically use, that's why I have categorized this one as a specific type of an array. Then multi-dimensional means more than two, that is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 3-dimensional, 4-dimensional, 5-dimensional. These all comes under the multi-dimensional array. We majorly use in our general syllabus the major programming, even in the software also the major programming carries out only in one-dimensional array and two-dimensional array. Very rarest case you will be using the multi-dimensional array. For a BTech graduate, you will be having maximum of your syllabus using one-dimensional array and two-dimensional array, and the programming in the theoretical part and library part also it will be covering major programming concepts on one-dimensional and two-dimensional array. We will be having a separate session on this one-dimensional array and programs, two-dimensional array and programs, and introduction to multi-dimensional array. These concepts will be discussed later. Hope you understood what do you mean by an array. Whenever you want to collect similar data types as one group, then you go for a concept called as a array. For example, you want to take a roll number of 100 students, right? So instead of writing 100 different names like int A, B, C, D, E like this, or int roll number 1, roll number 2, roll number 3 like that, 100 if you want to declare, or if you declare with different names or with the same name followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, then that many inputs you have to write separately. Then the programming size increases a lot. So to reduce the programming size, point number 1, at the same time to give user friendliness to the user and to increase the execution speed, we are going to concept of array. Remember one more point, in array concept definitely a loop has to be used. That may be a while loop, that may be a do while loop, or that may be a for loop. Most important is we are going to use for loop only. Instead of while and do while loop, we will use for loop only to access a array. What do you mean by access? To take input or to perform calculation or to perform printing, we use for loop. So while also works, do while also works. But why we take for loop? What are the reasons behind it? That we will be discussing in the upcoming classes. So finally, I would like to repeat the last point, that is, a array is a collection of similar data elements, or array is a collection of homogeneous data elements, and these are the types of the array that you are having. Hope you understood the basic concept of array, why we are going for the concept of array. Thank you for watching Indian Techies. Please like, comment, subscribe and share Indian Techies videos. Thank you.